Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to the Growth Ring, where we talk about arborist personal development. Today we're going to talk about the ANSI Z. I think it's one of the most important things that we have in arboriculture. For those of you who don't know what it is, this is the latest copy of the Z, just revised this year. We call it the Z for short, but it's actually called the ANSI standard, the Z 133.1. And what it is basically our safety Bible. Everything that we do as arborists is covered in here. The shoulds, the shalls, which means the things we ought to do and the things we must do, and all the best practices of our industry to keep us safe. If we all adhered to the Z every single day, the number of accidents and injuries and fatalities would go way down. The problem, when people die, it's because they didn't follow the Z. Certainly there's times when the tree just fails, but you didn't follow the Z if you didn't do a hazard inspection. Certainly there are times that you can miss it, but 99.9% of the time you can find stuff if you follow the rules. So I'm here to talk about the Z, to introduce it to people who've never heard about it before, and to encourage folks who've heard about it but haven't read it to buy a copy and read it. So a little bit about the Z, the background of Z. Who wrote it? Does this come down from like OSHA or some government entity? No, it's actually written by us. It's written by representatives from arboriculture that get together every 6 months and revise this and fight over it and bring in new ideas and hash it all out and mess with the wording until it works just right, and then they publish it. And then in 6 months they do another revision, and I think it's every 6 years that they publish the revisions that they've made. 6 years sounds like a long time, but this document does stand up. A lot of people say that the Z was written in blood, so that every time an accident happens, every time someone dies, that's taken into consideration. And we look at the accident, we look at all the factors, and we try to figure out how this document didn't, state what it needed to state to keep that person safe. And so over time, it's been honed and honed and honed. It was actually organized in 1968 after there was a death of the son of Mrs. Ethel M. Hugg died at work. And through her hard work of asking everyone, local and state authorities, her priest, her congressman, her mayor, and eventually her pleas were heard by people in the tree care industry, and they sat down and said, man, we ought to do something about this. So in 1968 they started, but the initial standard wasn't accepted until 1971, and it wasn't approved till 1972. And so the major revisions have happened in 72, 78, 82, 87, 94, 2000, 2006, 2012, and 2017. So it looks like it's every 5 or 7 years. In the foreword of the standard, it tells you the history of the Z, so you know what you're looking at. And then comes a really interesting part. It has all the people and organizations represented. I won't read them all, but I'll give you a kind of a flavor. Altec, Arizona Public Service, Arbor Master, Aspen Tree, Asplund, Bandit Industries, Bartlett Tree Experts, Buckingham, Davey, Husqvarna, the IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, the ISA, Lewis Tree Lucas, Massachusetts Arborists Association, North American Training Solutions, Sherrill Tree, Sierra Merino, TCIA, the Department of Labor, the U.S. Forest Service, Wright Tree Service, Yale Cordage. It's an amazing group of people who get together every 6 months to try to keep us safe. And I encourage you to get a copy of the Z. We'll be doing more of these videos. We'll actually dive into different parts of the Z, talk about the mechanics of it, how it works, how you should read it, how you adhere to it, and how you tell others about it to spread the word. So thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned to the Growth Ring. We'll have more stuff coming up. See ya. Be safe.